Episode 5, my dad's called Clive.
Is he?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's Roger Moore.
All right. Oh, yeah. Mad.
Absolutely mad.
Was he born before? It's just coincidence.
It's pure coincidence, but I guess if he was born in the 60s, then you go, Roger Moore wasn't famous by then, so that's legitimate. Them calling me Glenn Roger Moore is one of the most malicious things I think he could have done.
Just
you
like
knew what they were doing.
Just like going like, it doesn't matter what's happened since your dad was young. Your middle name will be Adolf.
You're Glenn 9/11 Moore. 9/11 Moore? Is 9/11 a name? Yeah, in France, it's a massive name.
It's pronounced Nani-Levin.
Bonjour, je m'appelle 9/11. Like, we changed the answer. Je m'appelle 9/11. J'habite Paris.
You have spawned again. You've hatched another.
Yeah. Obviously, we were talking about hectic schedules and stuff. In the last week
you have the Wretch already.
And now we've got Le Bouffon. I also, this was a few days ago, so I've got a few day old.
A few day old.
I think this is the worst joke I've ever made has flopped in conversation. Was I left the hospital just to get like some food. Like Katie was finally able to, was like allowed by the doctors to eat again. And so I went out to get McDonald's because there's a McDonald's right around the corner from the hospital. And I was clutching these like bags of McDonald's and I bumped into an ex-girlfriend from about 10 years ago. That's the first person I saw.
God.
Yeah. And
you live in a sitcom.
But no, we're all on like good terms and stuff like that. And she works in comedy, and we haven't seen each other in years, but we're on good terms when we do see each other, like once every few years. And I bumped into her, and the way I was coming across was like guy in a war movie who's definitely about to die, because like it was she was like, "How are things with you?" And she got engaged like a few months ago, so I was like, "Congrats on that." And she was like, "What's new with you? You've got? Am I right in thinking you've got a kid?" And I was like, well, "As of about 2 hours ago, I have 2." And all this stuff sounds like I'm just going to visit my wife in hospital sort of thing. It's like, we're going to die.
I've bought all these treats.
Yeah. And it's my last day till retirement.
Just see the red dot climbing, climbing your fucking head.
But she was like, "So how are things with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, Katie's absolutely fine. We've got a new kid. Doesn't have a name yet, but it's all fine." And I don't know why I thought this would be funny to say in conversation. But I was like, "Yeah, it's all going really great." And I just trailed off and I went, "What am I saying? Katie left me 4 years ago."
All of this McDonald's is for me.
And she... But she went, "What?" I went, no, it's
The risk. Well done. Even in that moment, you thought, well, obviously there's a gap here.
I wanted to seem like John Candy at the end of Planes, Trains. I really wanted it to be like, no, yeah, I'm not even wearing any shoes. And I answered, "No, I'm joking, I promise." But it was like, that was a stupid thing.
That's great, though. That's great. That's such a good chance that you've not wasted there.
Thank you. But yeah, no, everything's fine.
And also, well done on the kid.
Well done on the kid, yeah.
I
can't be congratulated on the bouffon.
No, mate. Well, you did your part.
I did my part. But yeah, it's fine. I forget how easy the very, very beginning is, like the first few days. Because it's just like having a koala bear.
Yeah.
Or like an occasionally sentient potato.
Yeah.
Where once every few hours, they sort of just make a coughing noise and you go, "Oh, they need feeding." And then 5 minutes later, they're just back down again to sleep for several hours. It is the best their life will ever be.
Yeah.
And I keep whispering that to them. Enjoy this bit. Like, your life's going to be fucking hell.
Enjoy being essentially a sort of a slug or a puppet. Or...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're the closest it's going to be in your life now to being a mobile phone. We charge you on a.
They get charged.
They get charged.
They run out of battery after a while.
And they run out of battery.
At fucking 3 a.m. But yeah, whereas human beings are the worst surely the most helpless. We wouldn't accept dogs being like that.
No.
If puppies required round-the-clock care from a series of doctors.
From a dog. You just think, well, they're all going to die then. The dog can't be trusted with this.
Yeah, obviously not.
It's because we have narrow hips. The babies used to be in there for longer.
Yes. Longer than 9 months. Much longer than 9 months.
I think...
Come out when you're 4.
Yeah, you come out...
And you go, "All right, what's the business? What are we doing?"
You come out... Somehow you've learned maths. You've learned handwriting. No, it was something like 18 or 16 or...
Years old?
Yeah. You'd come out with a pint.
Yeah, and a mortarboard hat.
Yeah.
You got a degree from the University of Wombe. 3 years, mate, University of Wombe.
That would be a good thing to start saying. 9 months, University of Womb, yeah?
University of my mum.
University
So
of
I've learned
my
a thing. I've learned a thing or two.
Yeah,
actually.
I learned a thing or two in there.
I always find it so funny when they say like 20 years, mate, University of Life, and you go, haven't you graduated 20 years? You've been at university for 20 years.
You did a PhD at the University of Life, and now you're a professor there.
You're Nelson from The Simpsons. You keep having to retake the year.
Or you're an incredibly successful but weird academic who's not moving unis.
Yeah.
PhD straight into teaching.
Well, you're like your Matthew McConaughey, and like you just go, you just hang around in order to fuck the other professors. Thing I like about professors, I get older, they stay the same. Thing I like about pro vice chancellors.
Matthew
He's like 80 years old.
putting on a big gown and going to one of those big ceremonies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, they throw their hats up in the air, and I go and catch them with my teeth.
But yes, I mean, that's one of the reasons why your schedule has been so hectic, is you've been preparing for the arrival of the sentient potato.
Preparing for the arrival of the sentient potato. And now that's in, I'm like, great, now I can get cracking with work. That's what life's all about.
Back to toil.
Back to toil. Yeah, I felt like it was weird being in the hospital with my laptop out, just doing like work at night. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I do have to do work.
I have to write these jokes.
Yeah.
It's funny when it's jokes, because I think if you were a ward nurse and you saw a husband with his laptop out late at night typing, going, oh, I've just got to get this done, you're thinking like white paper for the government. You're thinking
registering the child.
Registering the child.
Probably kid related, yeah.
Or it's like work that is like, look, if we don't do this, Honduras will go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because of IMF or something.
Yeah.
And instead, like, if they were to look at your screen and it's just...
Bum.
Yeah. What if a poo came out of your face?
Don't spoil the bits on it, but yeah, it's oh man, the Radio 4 series is recording next week. That's probably why I'm so stressed. But yeah, I feel so embarrassed writing out comedy. Like, I feel silly writing it on a laptop. It feels like it's disrespectful to the laptop. It's disrespectful to Google Docs, I think. I feel like, I'm like, thank God I'm not writing this in a spreadsheet. That would feel even worse. But I feel like I need to show it some respect and try and make it not seem like it's comedy that you're writing.
Yeah, end every paragraph of stand-up you're trying to write out and refine with something to do with the economic forecasting.
Yeah. I try and write as vaguely as possible, but in many ways that makes it worse, because someone reading over your shoulder on a tube just sees like, there's something about cum, question mark?
It's a guy trying to get his memories
Yeah,
back.
and you sort of go, is he working at like an IVF clinic? He's working at an IVF clinic. It's something about cum. We can harness its power somehow.
He's talked his way into a job at the IVF clinic.
He's Frank Abagnale from Catch Me If You Can.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's there just going, actually, this is one of the jobs that I think I can do.
It's weird that Frank Abagnale never did he never did that teenage boy thing you'd imagine of just sort of like he blagged his way into working at a strip club.
Yeah.
Like, instead it's always sort of like, no, I want to work on the maternity ward or whatever, and you go, you're so sinister, man.
Or just like,
this is Ted Bundy behavior.
Or I want to work at like a finance company, like boring, like quite hard, boring jobs, really.
Yeah, was it just for the love of the game? Like, it was just a compulsive...
Well, he's just sort of hiding, or kind of narcissism, or I don't know. I mean, it's also like, I think we need to deduct some points, because he's pretending to be a surgeon in an era where surgery was much cruder.
Yeah. They get you to bite down on a lead ball.
Yeah.
Some bits right through it.
Catch Me If You Can 1750s edition is just like, well, he can read, so he is a surgeon.
Yeah, and but his bigger thing is not getting arrested by the authorities, but people not thinking he's a witch. That's what he's hoping at all times.
Yeah.
Because they go, wait, you can ride a wagon and you can perform a leg amputation.
You know numbers?
Yeah, I don't like the sound of you're a warlock.
1300s Catch Me If You Can is a guy dumbing himself down in order to not be burned.
Yeah.
As a witch.
That's what it should be.
Trying to come up with a different explanation for how he knew what that sign said. That isn't reading or...
Yeah, and Tom Hanks is just this horrible witch finder.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Yeah, if it never works the other way, people never dumb themselves down.
Tom Hanks would be a great witch finder if he kept his charming, fun, happy, friendly demeanor.
Yeah.
But was trying to find people to burn.
Yeah, but a lot of women are being burnt, and it's sort of like, I sentence you to the ducking stool.
And he's just really cheery and Tom Hanks and nice about it.
Yeah.
I think that
the ducking stool is the real Woody.
It can talk.
Yeah.
Just screams. I would watch that. Have you seen? I can never. Sometimes when you watch a film and you think, I think I dreamt this. There is a film.
Jacking Off My Dad. Have you seen that film?
My nude parents are as big as the sky. Have you seen that film? They're the whole sky, and I'm running forever into the horizon. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Was it in the Oscar? Yeah. It was a DiCaprio nomination.
Is it A24?
Yeah, A24.
It's definitely A24.
They're so A24, yeah.
It was part
It's
of
a bit like Mother.
It was part of the reconnaissance. Matthew McConaughey was the screaming moon in the naked mum and dad sky as I sprinted forever to the horizon. Yes?
Yeah. It's so horrible when it involves both parents. Makes it so much better. Nail it down to one. You can't be Oedipal and Electra at the same time. Like, you can't do both.
Yeah. It's like Pokemon. You have to choose.
Yeah.
At the start of the game, the guy's going, by the way, do you have an Oedipal complex? Or
Yeah.
complex? Why do I have to choose?
Yeah.
Charmander.
I think
Charmander.
it's sinister, as if someone like admitted to you on a date. They were like, just let you know, I've got real cousin issues. Yeah. What?
You get
Cousin issues?
issues?
Yeah.
What do you mean? And they go,
Not daddy issues, but cousin issues. I've got cousin issues. Yeah. I've got second cousin twice removed issues.
Yeah, I have a real kink for the vibe you get from someone who you see once every 17 years.
Yeah. Oh, spank me, auntie-in-law.
There's a website for it.
Has to be.
Who's the fucking guy who... Paul Rudd.
Right.
There's a sci-fi movie where Paul Rudd is a frightening villain.
No.
It's like a Blade Runner, and he's got a big, like, I drive a Harley Davidson mustache and, like, long hair.
Like
he's
a
like
Fu Manchu moustache?
Well, like a biker, like a...
Right, okay.
Like a Motorhead mustache.
Kind of like his moustache in Anchorman.
But Motorhead. Down.
Properly all the way down.
Yeah, no, like...
So like Lemmy.
Like I'm a mechanic.
Right.
And long hair.
Right.
Maybe a mullet. And he's like a horrible, creepy guy.
Producer Felipe is currently Googling nude parents are chasing me.
Yes, Mute.
Mute? What's the premise of Mute?
It's a tech noir.
What year is this?
This is 2018.
Recent.
Yeah, he was trying to de-Paul Rudd himself, I think, by playing a creep in the way that I think, Hugh Grant has done so well.
Oh, yeah. In Heretic, which still gets advertised on tube stations, coming out last September.
The only thing that is... the only thing that's advertised more consistently than Heretic is fucking Mamma Mia. And it's such a London-only routine I want to do, but I've got a laugh from it once. So I say, I'm so sick of just seeing that woman's face. Just
Yeah. She's not in the film.
No.
She's not in the film. She's not in the play.
That's not who it is.
It's that. It's Mamma Mia, Heretic, and Shen Yun. That's it. That's...
in the unupdatable GTA advert screens of London, it's Heretic.
Did they just buy? Are the Shen Yun billboards are they grade A listed? You cannot. That's a big part of London's cultural heritage. That's like Battersea Power Station.
It's like painting over Nelson's column or something.
You cannot do it. It's not even a photo. It's a mural. It's a mural of people holding their leg up alongside their head,
wearing initially quite exotic costumes, and the longer you stare, you realise they are primary school level costumes. They're like, actually, once you look, you go, oh, they're incredibly cheap.
I'm just fascinated because you go, the poster gives no indication of what it is. It's either dancing, but what if it's a bit like, there's a video game that came out a couple of months ago called To a T, and it's basically a video game in which a boy's disability is he's just in a permanent T-shape. His arms are...
so like the T-pose glitch from video games.
It's a game based entirely on the T-pose glitch.
Right.
And the idea is this kid navigating his school life, but his arms are in this T-shape. And it's a really fun, sweet game. It's by the people who made Katamari Damacy. But I'm like, is Shen Yun possibly about 5 people, conjoined quintuplets, whose legs are at a right angle? And that's just how they negotiate. And they sort of get shifted across the stage in a large clothesline.
They just bounce, yeah.
Yeah, and then they just go, help me. And then the curtains close again. Yeah, fuck. And
everyone
just
claps.
Yeah, everyone. The 8 of us in the Hammersmith Apollo.
If you haven't seen this, guys, it says Shen Yun, and it's a picture of these dancers. Mainly it's the men with their leg up on their face. Sometimes it's the ladies. And the caption just says, China before communism. And then a bunch of reviews that are just like, fantastic, mind-blowing, and then underneath just some stars, no attribution, kind of.
Yeah, or you go sort of like, sorry, is the publication called Mind-Blowing? Is a masterpiece the name of the magazine that's given the... but I always wonder if you took... Because the venues are enormous. The venues they're in are enormous. It's like stadium level. I swear Hammersmith Apollo is the main London one. And I always imagine if you turned up, it's just you. And they're on stage just like reading a book or having a cigarette or whatever. And as soon as they see you walk in, they go, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, right. Guys, look, we've got to do the show tonight. Someone's come in.
Yeah, it would be like a front organisation. Well, it's the Falun Gong.
Yes.
It's the Falun Gong that put it on as a way of being anti-Chinese Communist Party, I think.
Yes, my only previous experience of Falun Gong was going past... I used to have to drive past the Chinese embassy every morning, where there's the 24-hour protest outside the Chinese embassy.
Yeah.
And it's been there for years and years and years. But yeah, I want to go to Shenyun. I want to go and see it.
Let's do it. Let's go to see Shenyun.
Yeah.
Heretic.
And Mamma Mia.
And Mamma Mia.
And we'll see. We'll do the Billboard triple.
The London Billboard
The London Underground Billboard triple. I cannot wait. Because also we should be grateful that none of those three things use that London Underground wackagy. You know, they're not twee.
No, they're very, very on the nose. You used to live near a shop that was the most blatant front I've ever seen. Like not even trying.
Yeah, it's but poorly rendered video game level sort of thing.
Crazy.
There's somewhere. Katie went into one a few weeks ago, and sometimes it happens. You just walk into the shop and you realise as you've walked in, you feel like Joe Pesci at the end of Goodfellas. You go, oh no. Fuck, this is empty. And now I've got to have an awkward conversation with the shopkeeper who now feels super awkward because he's like, shit, what can I pretend we're selling? And he's like rifling through his pockets and being like, just the one set of car keys you wanted today, wasn't it? Yes, thank you, just the one set of car keys. And I'll just get you need any money for that, you know? And it's like you try and buy a bottle of like baking hot Pepsi Max, and then you do. There's no fridges.
Freshly boiled Pepsi Max.
Piping hot, just the way you like it.
Pepsi Max that's been left near a heating pipe from some other industrial building.
Yes, yeah. There's always smoke coming out like in an 80s movie, and you put it down the till, and they're like, and then they have to pretend to tap their till a bit while, like a kid's kitchen. It's a toy, and they go, a ding. What do you do? Yeah, what would you? The till went ding. So I think this transaction's over. Can you get out, please?
I think it's done. I went in and they didn't even have a till, and the guy was genuinely like, "Gah!" to come in. He had his feet up, and initially I thought, okay, it might not be a front because the till, and there's no till, and the thing he's sitting behind is just like bits of wood arranged in a cube, like glued, like made from scrap. But visually, I can see bottles of soft drink. I think I can see milk. I can see biscuits, like a newsagent. No booze, but fine. And then it was sort of like, as I got closer, it was very Truman Show. I thought, oh, some digestives, because I was coming to yours for a writing meeting. And I went, oh, digestives. And I went, oh. And they were called City Biscuits. And they were like the color and shape of digestives, but so little information on them.
You're in one of those Alzheimer's supermarkets where they let you put the fake items in the bar. This just says Wheatie Flakes.
Yeah,
and it's a pint of milk. So I don't know.
Breakfast time.
Yeah,
these lumps in like packaging, like Christmas presents. So I just went, I can't even go through the rigmarole. I just left, and the guy's not even looking up now. He's just watching a sitcom from a different country on his phone loudly.
Do you reckon fronts are ever the other way around? So like actually it's almost like a back. So like the bit of a shop you go into is like an illegal gun shop, or it's clearly like a cockfighting ring. But when you go out the back, they make these wonderful handcrafted ornaments.
These are beautiful cupcakes.
It's beautiful. It's marvelous.
There's some anecdotes people tell about going to like an obvious like front for the Italian mob in New Jersey and saying just not realizing. I mean, can I have a pizza? And like 7 guys playing cards, being like,
all right, I'll make you the best damn pizza.
But apparently it's amazing. It is just like an actual...
Does it make you a resentment pizza?
Yeah, but it takes like 40 minutes to an hour because the guy's just there on his own making it like he's doing home cooking.
Wow. And maybe Burger King's a front because they fucking hate it when you order that. Can I have a burger?
But Burger King, everyone who works at Burger King works there like they're in a timeout. It's like they keep looking over their shoulder to see someone like, can I go now? Like there's
a community service thing.
Well, it's like they're in detention. Because if someone sentenced you to 800 hours of community service, you'd go with the flow at a certain point. You'd go, look, I'll just do this till it's done.
Yeah.
It looks like they've all been told they only have to work at Burger King because they've been bad, for half an hour.
Yes, like an overtime shift. They're all on an overtime
They keep
shift.
checking to see if the half an hour is over. Can I go now?
Yeah.
They've got that kind of attitude to them. And it's also just bad. I think Burger King is bad.
I went through a phase of, I don't mind Burger King, it's just very expensive. It's super expensive for what it is.
It's weirdly expensive.
Yeah, it's like if you get a meal, it's about £13.
You
And you go, that's a main course at a restaurant.
Why can't this country do cheap beef?
McDonald's, but we can't. It's like
But even then,
approximately beef.
it's such
Can I have the approximately beef burger, please?
Can I have memory beef? Beef memory.
I have to almost think about when I say Burger King because I went through a phase of just annoying people by pronouncing it like a verb, like Burger King. It's like an activity. And so, but I did it. Now I have to like actively think about it so I don't say Burger King.
Hang on, let me try that.
Yeah.
Burger King.
Yeah, that sounded wrong, yeah. The act of Burger King.
Burger King.
Yeah.
Should we go Burger King?
Yeah. Should we go Burger King later?
Have you ever burgered?
Yeah. I burcake, yeah. I like putting those past tenses.
May I burgate?
Yeah, it's like our friend Tom. He took me to like a work do of his because he was given like a +1, and I think he was like single at the time. And I'll just bring one of my friends, and it was like a black tie event, and it was really fancy. And so we used to just say with regards to sort of like. Instead of like, because he was wearing such black tie, I thought he's probably wearing like a cummerbund or something.
Yeah.
And instead of saying, are you wearing a cummerbund? I said, did you cummerbund? And he revealed it to me. He said, oh, I came a bund. Any past putters were like that. I'm really into it.
It's always fun.
Burger King, no one ever enjoyed me saying it or anything like that. Which brings me on to a question, actually. Have you got with your fiance any like bits you do that have never been entertaining? But you just do. Yeah,
I sort of do this towards, but never quite touch her stomach.
Fucking horrible. I thought you were going to do like I'd hate that.
Yeah. Oh no, everyone hates it.
Yeah.
It's
someone
really,
nearly tickling you.
Someone very nearly.
Someone nearly touching your eyes.
Prodding.
It's fun.
Not eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an annoying thing I do.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's really horrible.
Annoying songs.
I think we're in prime song season because it's been really hot, and I need to be very careful about what I sing in the car because I'll just sing along to anything on the radio and just change it for my own amusement.
Yeah.
But will find myself on the motorway just like, it's a chimpanzee crashing through your parents' conservatory. And you go, well, it's imperative no one hears this. I had this once at traffic lights about 10 years ago. I was sat at traffic lights and Tattoo came on the radio. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That Russian duo. But I was just sat in the car, full blast, just... Gonna fuck your dad, gonna fuck your dad, gonna fuck your dad. And I looked over and just my windows were open and I was at traffic lights with just a man in the next car along. Gonna fuck your dad, gonna fuck your dad.
But also, the thing about that joke is that there is a wide... I don't know if it's the majority of type of bloke in the UK.
Yeah.
But it's close to the majority. It's like 30% of guys.
Yeah. 1 in 3. It's the same amount of colorblind, I guess.
Yeah. Wouldn't understand why that was funny. And would find it like gross and weird and horrifying. Like
You sing the wrong song.
They go like,
It's
why?
all the things she said.
No, but not even the pedants. I just mean they'd be like, why dad? Gay dad. You go, no, that's why it's such a mad thing to say.
Yeah, I
Like,
just want to fuck your dad, like specifically your dad.
Yeah, you sir over there.
Yeah. No, behind you, other guy.
What was I singing the other day? I think I sent you a voice note of it. Taunting a cat with my ball bag, playing a dangerous game, doing it just for the glory, do it for victory.
I really enjoy just where you go, if the song had been released like that, the sort of song that would make people stop in a supermarket and go, what?
That can't be right.
What? Going, why are you telling me this?
Also, lots of people, like Finn Taylor's talked about this on his podcast, because he cited me, or on a podcast, I remember. He cited me as the first person he spoke to when he realized that people heard lyrics.
What?
And knew about lyrics and cared about lyrics. He just cares about like beat and rhythm, and like lyrics are kind of there for him, but not really. And a lot of people are like that.
Wow.
I think a decent proportion of the population would have just been like, they come on my bar back. Like they wouldn't even have known.
It's an odd one. I don't really care a great deal about lyrics, but if someone says la 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 or na 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 in a song, I'm like, do the job, please.
Yeah.
Like
you go, sorry, Paul McCartney, you accidentally sent me.
sorry, you blagged the end of Hey Jude. You go for 4 minutes.
You accidentally send me, I think, the wrong Microsoft Word file.
Yeah.
I think you sent me the early version of this draft. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because you could just go, I'm gonna suck off your like, just do that for 4 minutes. With like a whole choir and they're all singing it, like repeat to fade. And it's like the big bit of any concert that he does, yeah. Yeah, lyrics aren't really something I feel, I mean, like my attitude towards music is a very strange one that doesn't have really any consistency. And so lyrics, I'm like, I really appreciate nice, lovely lyrics. Of course I do. But it's a bit incidental for me, I think. I realize something, a real... bit of pedantry I have about music is I'm fine listening to like movie music, and movie soundtracks. I feel great doing that. If it's a big epic theme or anything like that, it feels really, really great. But I can't with TV show music, and it makes me feel silly, and I can't do it
because you're thinking I'm listening to the soundtrack of a TV show.
I for some reason it just lessens it, even though they're both the same culturally, they're both worth the same amount. It makes me feel stupid. Video game music, absolutely fine. Like, I don't mean like beep boop boop. I mean like say like an actual, you know, like. But like, if a piece of music came on, it turned out to be from like Lord of the Rings, great. But if I was like listening to the radio and a theme played, and they go, and that's from Game of Thrones, but I feel stupid now, so I shouldn't. And I feel stupid in retrospect for having enjoyed it.
I was going to ask if it's changed in the era of streamers, because what I thought would have been that it's stupid because you think this is just supposed to be a silly half-hour thing. Whereas movies, you go and you sit and you
it's
watch.
It's a fucking event, and yeah.
Hours. And games, you go, oh, you play it for weeks. And so is it the brevity of the TV show that makes you go, oh, there's hundreds of these episodes, who cares? It's so dumb. Like listening to the Frasier theme on my way into work.
But just, I can't. Well, the Frasier theme changes every episode. No other sitcom or TV show has ever done that, where the opening theme changes like 20 times a season.
What?
Frasier, the beginning of Frasier,
yeah,
it's like a different piano sting nearly every episode.
I thought it was the same piano sting.
No,
I've never ever realized this.
Different collection notes almost every time.
But it's the same song at the end.
It's the same song at the end.
I think
Baby, Hear the Blues Are Calling.
I think of the end song more as the theme, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the only way round. That's the only one where it goes that way round, I think.
As a child, the idea of salad with hot scrambled eggs mixed in was so fucking disgusting to me.
It's a horrible song.
A boiling hot fragment of egg, wilting a piece of lettuce, all in a big stinky egg bum bowl. Stinky bum bowl.
It's like it's been riffed in the car.
Yeah.
And you go,
salad and scrambled
why are you
eggs.
telling me this?
Ugh.
Why are you telling me this? Felipe, what's the verdict on?
Gravy and ice cream, feed it to a dog, add some hair, chew it.
You've ruined the episode in retrospect now. I don't enjoy this show anymore.
The end of Frasier is a brief moment of food texture horror. Just as like a palate cleanser. Like, well, I don't know about that, Roz.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Pubes and soup. And then you go, now it's time for The Simpsons.
I don't want to watch The Simpsons after that.
I have to sit on my own and think about this.
So there are multiple variations of the same thing.
There we go.
Wow,
Yeah.
fuck. I need to.
So it turns out you don't listen to fucking music either.
Yeah, I just listen to
It's getting in the way of the silence.
I listen to the soundtrack of the script of a Frasier episode, just the audio only. Audio only Frasier episodes. That's my whole Spotify. It's very, very sinister. Something I did. I should say hello as well, and thank you to all the podbuds who came.
Yeah, you did a live event, didn't you?
We did a live event with.
That sounded really fun. It sounded like you guys had a real good time. And yeah, did you have fun without me?
You're our new dad. You accept this.
Yeah, I forget. But weirdly, the original dad is the one who gets you on weekends. The stepdad is now like the permanent role. Yeah, it makes sense.
But thank you to the podbuds who came to that. It was very nice of you.
And Sarah Cox
and Claire Hamilton, who she does the Teen Commandments podcast with, which is very good. Check that out. It was good fun. Here's an odd thing. I got the impression that quite a few of the people there didn't know Phil had gone.
Oh.
Because he mentioned it, and Phil said this as well. he was like, yeah, I agree that's how it felt. Because, as stand-ups, we can feel when a crowd reacts a certain way.
Yeah.
And even though this is something that's very hard to explain to non-stand-ups, we can feel the difference between a disagreement silence, a confused silence, a shocked silence.
Yes, yeah.
The texture of the air
There's
is different.
energy. It can be frosty and prickly. It's the only time I believe in aura.
Yes.
As a concept. It's the only time I believe in it.
There's some sort of vibe that we're picking up on at an animal level. And with practice, you get better at understanding the silences and why they happen. When I mentioned it, or he mentioned it, or one of us mentioned it, there was a kind of, like in the room where the people going, oh. And I think there might be people who came to that who are like 14 episodes behind.
Oh, so it's like how we get Neighbours 6 months after Australia. but in Sheffield, inexplicably, they get BudPod really late.
Yeah. Through the Sheffield firewall.
Wow.
I think this is my theory.
What a way to find out.
I know, live from people laughing about it.
So it probably looked like it was. That probably felt like news happening live of Phil being like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm live here tonight. I don't want to do this.
If a president...
Yeah, he abdicated.
If a president accidentally said, since I resigned this morning...
What?
It's just like in an interview, being watched by people. You'd shit yourself. Yeah, strange. But still, thank you for coming. And nice to meet some of you. And also last...
well, they'll be hearing this in just a half a year's time.
Yes, yeah. Good luck back then. And I did a conversation with Robin Ince at the Bradford Literary Festival. And there were some podbuds there. Thank you for coming to that. Very nice. We were talking about neurodivergence and creativity and so on. So I should just say thank you for that. And we will be putting a chunk of the Sarah Cox bit of the live podcast on main feed at the end of this episode. And then the actual bit with just me and Phil, the first 45 minutes or so, that'll be on Patreon for our VIPs.
I'll give that a listen and sit in a cuck chair while I do it. And be talking to somebody else.
We should have got it so that Phil dropped me off at your house. With like a big lolly.
Yeah. You should have had me on stage watching you. But I was in the corner watching, just rubbing my knees.
Watching like this.
And sometimes I do have to look away. Sometimes I'm like, I know I'm turned on, but I need to, sometimes I'm like, it is a bit too much. Like emotionally, it's not good for me.
Yeah, that would have been good. People would have liked that. It would have made it so much more like a play.
Yeah, an audience member's going, who is that? And he doesn't like to be acknowledged. Like, he actually prefers it if we don't look at, like, if we pretend he's not in the room.
We just, what do you mean? Who's who?
Who?
Who's
and
who?
And you're walking around with like your hand over your forehead going, I don't see anybody, but almost tripping over me. I see nobody here. I think, keep going.
Phil should have dropped me off at your house with like a big lolly, and I should have run in and talked about all the kind of like age inappropriate toys that Phil was buying me, and you would have just had to go, oh, that sounds nice. Just thinking,
yeah, brilliant.
When he's older, he'll realize it's actually not that nice to buy a 10-year-old a big knife.
Yeah.
And he'll know.
No,
that.
It sounds like he's another Netflix special. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
That's both of us doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, thank you. Nice to see Podbuds IRL.
To see you, BudPod.
To see you, BudPod. That's right.
What a horrible phrase that would be to a teacher.
So hard to understand.
It's a good night from me, and it's a good night from BudPod.
I've had to understand so much British culture like I'm going through a Resident Evil mission.
You see tattered bits of notes.
Yeah, just going, Bruce Forsyth used to host this show, and now he hosts this show, and also he can dance.
The oldest man you've ever seen who had a reputation for being horrible is the most loved person.
Yeah, and you just go, right, okay.
And he does like a strongman pose at the beginning, and that's loved for some reason.
Yeah, you go, he does a strongman pose, so then you go, right, so I'll look through the notes for when he was a strongman at the Olympics.
Yeah.
No. Okay, why does he do a strongman pose? I'm afraid that's the end of the notepad.
Yeah.
We don't know. We just don't know. All that kind of stuff. All the kind of like national treasures from the 80s. Baffling. Completely incomprehensible to me.
Well, obviously a lot of them ended up being sex offenders.
Well, and
you probably would have found out about them when they became sex offenders or when they were unleashed.
Well, that made me feel more justified with respect to some of them because they were always... I think with a lot of them it was frog in boiling water. where like it was back in that era where you just watched what was on TV and you accepted it.
Yeah.
And so everyone forgot that how weird it was.
And how clearly, you look at Mr. Blobby now, for instance.
And the idea of him...
How didn't we know? Hiding in plain sight
The idea
was
of
the name
him,
of the documentary.
The idea of him leading in any sort of militia just seems completely implausible.
Blobby was hiding in plain sight and we knew it.
You know those pictures of the IRA when they do those things, and then there's just a Blobby, Mr. Blobby, and a balaclava, and you go, well, now we know it's him. Obviously, it looks a lot like him, but at the time, it was impossible to tell.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, every time he sort of absolutely trash Noel's, house and leave a note saying, I need to be lucky once. You need to be lucky.
Yeah, when Mr. Blobby smashed his way through that Brighton hotel and nearly killed Thatcher.
Mr. Blobby. I don't know if everyone has
We say no.
Up the blah.
Up the blob. And then, like, you go through certain neighborhoods in Belfast, obviously, and he's on this mural.
He's spray painted.
It's
You won't see him in Parliament.
it's
You look at me, you've never seen Blobby in Parliament ever.
It's Mr. Blobby with an Armalite rifle. And then on his left is Eamon de Valera. On his right is Bobby Sands. You go, wow, he's crucial. It's absolutely crucial.
He was so untrustworthy, the BBC had to dub him over with blibby blobby blob.
It's actually
Really rational. He was like Martin McGuinness. It's like really rational.
the whole time he was smashing through all those plates. He was just going, a united Ireland is possible in our lifetimes. Michael Collins was right. We should.
Oh my God. And it was on TV every Channel 4 all the time.
Margaret
It was on like the
Thatcher
Big
going,
Breakfast.
we will not have this blob agitating for the betrayal of
The lady is not for blobbing.
And the controversy when the SAS killed him and he was technically unarmed. It's a lot of English people don't even know about this.
It's just we weren't in our history lessons.
It's not taught.
It's just a part of our history that we just don't know about.
And then the post-Blob Friday agreements, obviously.
It's going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
The idea that he was dubbed is so funny. He's actually saying like incredibly perceptive things about...
You'd see yourself on the TV being like, they're making me look stupid. They're making me look...
That was Gaelic. He was speaking Irish a lot of the time. They had to dub that. They thought that was inflammatory.
That was someone's job to go into a studio at the BBC with reading a script going blibby blobby blob. This doesn't feel right to do.
They had to get the army to do it. No actors would do it in solidarity.
The weirdest thing, I think, about Jerry Blobby. The weirdest thing about Mr. Blobby is that there's only one of him. So where did he come from?
Yeah.
I believe they just sprung out of the ground.
They delved too deep. The greed of the dwarves.
What is this new devilry? Oh, Blobby, demon from the ancient world.
Blobby,
Its power is beyond any view.
Blobby's in the deep. There's last inscriptions of the dwarves.
Blobby breathed so loud I could have shot him in the dark.
Your Blobby. Horrible.
Your Blobby.
It's true though. Did he hatch or?
Yeah, I think not even an egg. It was just pure albumin, a sort of a plasma bag.
He hatched from a kind of plasma-y bag thing that came from space. He was in a meteor.
Yeah, you know how an alien, the facehugger is like a different species to the xenomorph, but it births a xenomorph. I don't know how that makes any sense.
Yes, it's sort of like the same thing of
the caterpillar.
Yeah, it's like a caterpillar. And did you know that when the caterpillar gets into the cocoon, it fully turns into goo.
Oh, and then reshapes itself.
Yeah, like Terminator.
So I wonder how many kids have been sort of like, let's see inside and let's see how it's getting on. It's like, close it. Don't look at me.
Which is gloop, because you think it would be a caterpillar inside there going, time to like putting on wings.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's like, is it a new thing then? Because it's made of the same goo, but it's a new structure.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Why'd you tell me that?
I wanted to see what you think.
What do you think? Should I pitch it?
Do you think?
It's not true. Should I tell people that?
Shall I write it down and post it through the letterboxes of everyone on my street? Shall I do that? In crayon?
Watch out.
But in really expensive paper? So there's something quite unsettling about it? Like that thick parchment that you see.
Yeah, and you go,
get
this
like
is
wedding
collect-
invitations.
Yeah.
And they go, why?
And there's like a wax seal.
Yeah, with a caterpillar stamped on it.
And caterpillars the goo.
Caterpillar, did you know? And then at the end it just says good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, and like someone doing a parody of a child. Like the S is the wrong way around.
Yeah.
But also weirdly the O's are the wrong way around. You can just tell the O's are the wrong way around.
Drawn backwards.
Yeah, I don't know how that's been done. Yeah. Do you know what I did the other day just to see what it would feel like? And I don't know why. I put on my rucksack other arm first. Because I suddenly thought, I don't think I've ever put on my rucksack the other... I think I've put a rucksack on the whole way. I tried to do it as a packet of crisps once. I was like, I've only ever had bag in the left hand, and as I'm right-handed, eat with the right. And then I tried to switch one time to like eat bag in the right hand, eat with the left. And I was like, this is disgusting.
You
like,
have to go to hospital, you broke your arm.
I feel like I'm going backward. Yeah, I feel like I'm pushing... It's magnets pushing against each other. So I just decided to do it with my rucksack the other day. I couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I think that says something just more about me than this. Oh, this will happen to you if you try it. But yeah, I found it really difficult.
Try that at home. Let us know.
Yeah, see if it makes you feel as disgusting as it made me feel. That was in the recovery ward, by the way. That's how I spent my time before we were discharged from hospital.
Again, the nurse goes, I'm just going to see how that guy writing bum jokes is getting on. And you're there just going,
Can you help me with this bag? please?
I feel sick. I feel sick from the bag. And they're just going, we're very busy. We're very busy. Please.
A bit I've done to Katie a lot that she's never enjoyed is if ever I'm up and about on like a weekend earlier than her, and so she's in bed but I'm not.
Yeah.
That I kneel by her bedside.
I love
and
this.
clasp my hands together and I go like, oh dear Lord, please allow her to pass on to the other side in a painless fashion. Oh Lord, listen to her. And I really scrunch my eyes up. Oh Lord, please help. I know her agues are common. No poultice will suffice. No unction.
Desperate begging peasant is a very funny thing. While someone's asleep, to go, please take her into your arms in a kind fashion.
If you're the person lying in bed, you're like, fuck off.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
I've remembered a bit. My fiance forgets things a lot, in my opinion. Or doesn't remember what I'm doing because I don't have a routine.
Yes.
So she'll be like, are you free tomorrow? And I'll be like, when I'm in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And she'll go, oh yeah. So what I started doing is she was trying to type something and I sort of did like, you know, those head massages. I did that on her head with two hands. And I said, the power of the mind. The power of memory. And now that's the thing I say when she forgets something.
Oh, so whenever Katie forgets something over text, I just sent her a screenshot of Anthony Hopkins having a breakdown at the end of The Father. I want my mummy. I just sent her a picture of crying Anthony Hopkins. It's not nice.
Well, in real life now, I'll say to Joe, well, no, I can remember because what are you doing now? And I go, I've got that festival gig that I've got to go to Bristol for. Oh, yeah. And I'll just say, the power of the mind. The power of memory.
And that's all you have to do. And she goes, I know. Yeah.
I really like memory as a subsection of mind. It makes really like how that sounds. The power of the mind. The power of memory.
It's very Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It's very satisfying to do. I recommend it.
I'm going to give it a go in front of the mirror later.
Do. So a quick bit of correspondence.
Yeah.
This is from Jen.
Well, I don't know who the fuck that is. Who's that?
Well, let's find out.
No. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to.
No. And yet. Hi, Pierre and Glenn, long-time listener, second-time contributor.
Oh.
Very much enjoying the second series, in particular Austin Powers' Holiday Hitler. Did you see BudPod, No Context BudPod?
With the actual image from Downfall.
With Austin Powers in the back looking worried.
I loved it. I really, really loved it.
And with
I don't know.
Music.
I don't know if you have this with any sort of broadcasting thing, be it radio or podcasting, where the moment you leave the studio, you kind of forget everything that's just happened, and you
Yes.
sort of severance yourself.
Yeah,
And you go into the lift where you go. And I have a habit of doing that, and so suddenly seeing that image flash up, it was like, what has this person done?
Why?
And then I spotted Austin Powers, and it was like, there we go. Okay, I thought we were just sending us a picture of Hitler's bunker, and I was like, is that a threat
Yeah. Oh, is that
or
what
an
you think-
invitation?
Is that what you think BudPod sounds like? Which is worthy of a place on BudPod Mount Rushmore.
Hey,
Very nice. Retat, in a bid to become less of a consumer, I've become a user of Vinted for recycling secondhand clothes. I'm not quite sure how this made its way into my recommendations, but the algorithm offered me this t-shirt with its simple, stark message, and your tat whispering skills came to mind. I'm not sure if it's tat, if it's a sort of novelty t-shirt, but I do like it.
okay.
From Jen. It is a white t-shirt, and it says, I mean, I don't think you'll be able to guess this. My what tastes like what? Always fresh, always tasty.
Is it what BBFC age rating would this be given at the cinema?
15 or 18.
Okay.
Probably 18.
Male or female t-shirt or unisex?
Female.
Right. Is it?
Well, yeah, it's my pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figured.
It's my pussy. The word pussy is written in big pink letters.
Okay.
The rest is in quite sober black letters. And then I'll give you a clue. So it's my pussy tastes like blank.
Uh-huh.
That blank is a big corporate logo of the name.
And what were the final words? Sorry.
Always fresh, always tasty.
Fresh and tasty.
The power of the mind. The power of memory.
Fresh and tasty.
You've read these words before, Glenn. You've
Yeah.
seen them in the shop.
Fresh and tasty.
Always fresh,
Food or
always
drink?
tasty. Food.
Right. I'm glad it's a food.
They sell drinks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, food. I try to think like what is it like Campbell's meatballs or something? Can you imagine? What the
tastes
fuck?
like Campbell's meatballs.
What?
My pussy tastes like Granny Smith's. You go, do you mean the apple? I'll leave that.
I hope you mean the apple.
I'll leave that for you to decide.
Always fresh, but nothing's always fresh.
Or is it? Always fresh, always tasty.
I'm going to need another clue. I'm so sorry.
It's more popular in the north than the south.
Bovril.
Pussy tastes like Bovril.
My pussy-
I have to go to
Yeah.
hospital.
My pussy tastes like Henderson's relish.
Sam Smith's pubs.
Oh God. I don't know. I don't know.
Greg's.
Greg's. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously from Newcastle. I was going to weirdly say the bread that they have specifically in the Newcastle Greg's. It's a big circular bread that's really nice, and the name is Stotties. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Stotties.
going to maybe be Stotty.
No, it's my pussy tastes like Greg's. Ha, ha, ha.
Okay, but then that just seems like my pussy tastes like a man, like if you had a mate called Greg.
Like Greg's pussy.
What was it? It's like Greg's pussy, yeah.
How-
Oh, right. Is that always fresh and always taste? The very same.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's like saying to someone, sorry, what does your pussy taste like? And they go, like Greg's.
Yeah, in
And
a
you
sort
know
of like,
they've tasted Greg's and you go, okay.
yeah, in the same way you sort of go like, what does your brother do for a living again?
So,
Is that?
what's your middle name? Yeah, like that.
I like to ask that to friends in a very like concerned way. If I'm hanging out with them and sort of like, how's your dad been or whatever? Just sort of go, I'd say, and how's your fucking asshole?
The bitterness in the comment as well, as though they've taken it from you. That's you.
But you
used to
say
be.
you say fucking in a friendly way. How's your fucking asshole?
That's got a similar aspect to the Burger King thing. To try and
Yeah,
turn
it's
it
really
into-
off.
yeah.
It's really off.
Well, for more of things, we're going to go to the VIP section of the podcast now, to the Patreon. Big thank you to all of our VIPs who will be enjoying this week a bonus episode of the first 45 minutes of me talking to my old dad. But otherwise, we will see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you very much for listening. Glenn and I will both be at the Edinburgh Fringe for the whole month. So do come and see us. A lot of you have got in touch on Instagram saying you've already got your tickets to both of our shows.
Hey,
Yeah.
great.
So we'll see you there. KOJI, and thank you.